Alright, so getting ready to start on Shawns gauntlets, and they've got fluting in them, and everything's marked. Let me show you some stuff real quick. This is a lame, and these are fold marks, and on some of them, well, let me grab one. I've got it labeled as fold. It's got a little F on it, and that kind of helps me remember not to flute that, which can happen. I've done that by accident. Then the side right here is marked for fluting. So I'll dish this out, make sure my lines are still there, and then I'll flute these lines. And if I do it right, then they all line up. And you can see where I messed up and marked a fold line on the fluting line side. They'll all line up, and the fluting will look just awesome. And then this will be the end piece right here. So in any case, hopefully it'll work. I am using a old back of the hand pattern from a different set of gauntlets, and hoping that it'll work out. If not, then I'll go back to the pair that the back of the hand pattern that I have for these. The one thing that makes this difficult is I can have a straight line going that way down this thing, and then when it gets here, it's very difficult to make it straight this way and then come off. I mean, it'll look like it's at an angle because this piece here is tapered. It's short here and then wide here, and it's that way because when your hand is holding a weapon, it tends to go like that at the extension, and you want that, all right, in order to get full extension. If your gauntlet is like a straight up and down, then you might stop before you actually reach all the way, because of the back of the hand and the bell and behind the wrist, all that might bind. So that's the reason why my gauntlets are wider on the thumb side than they are on the pinky side on the back of the hand plate. But in any case, this is me starting on Shawns gauntlets, and I try to show you some more after a little bit of progression. Alright, I had to scoot the camera down the table. I just cleaned up enough pieces for the end of one hand here, and I'm going to my deep dish, and I'm gonna start out with this right here, and then probably go to my rawhide weighted hammer, this one right here. But I'll use this in the shallower one, and I'll end up in this one. I'll grab the shallower one so you can see it. There we go. Yeah, you can see that. So I'll touch base back with y'all here in a minute. I'm not going to be able to continue this. The camera wants to come off the table. how you get that right there. And there's more steps that we'll go through, but I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of those pieces real quick and get back with you. Alright, I got my pieces generally shaped. I got my lines on the inside for the fluting, and then I've got my fold lines on the top. So I'm going to set these down right here, grab my hammer. I'm going to show you how my fluting tool works. I'm going to get down here right with it, set it right on the line, give it a really tight little snap like that. Move it forward just a little bit. Alright, now let's get in the line there. Like you can see, there's a really nice edge right there. Alright, now I got to do that to a few of these now. So that edge actually looks good. Sometimes I have to go back over it several times to get it right, but somehow I managed to do it right the first time on that one. It bounced really weird. Not liking me right now. Alright, that definitely did not go as deep, so doing it again. Alright, there we go. There's the second one. And if you look at it, let me grab it, one in comparison. It's folding it a little bit as we go, so I'm going to have to straighten out that fold and pull it out like that. Can't do it because of the force that's on here by hand. I'm going to have to take a hammer and a pipe and then force it back out. Otherwise it'll just curl into a circle here by the time I'm done. Let me go ahead and do this last one, and then I'll shut off the camera, do the rest, and go from there. Yeah, that looks good right there. Now, I can actually go through, where are we at? I can actually go through and put sharper fluting into it. Right now it's sort of rolled. It's like a rounded. Now I can go through and make it sharper, and then there's a tool that you put on your anvil that goes right in here, and then you just hit the edges on that tool with a hammer, and it'll make those edges really sharp. I don't like doing that because it weakens the metal, and what I'm trying to do when I put these flutes in things most of the time is to make your metal stronger. So to me it's like counterproductive to do that, but I can understand how it looks really, really, really cool, and some people like to do it. In any case, turning the camera off now. I'll check back with y'all in a bit. Alright, that's them before they're riveted together and before I put the crease right there. Wish me luck. Talk to y'all after a bit. Alright, well, this is it, riveted together. Oh, you can't see, can you? There we go. It looks really awesome, and it looks like it's actually going to do the job of working on that gauntlet. It's got good articulation, and it's pretty solid. This is for Sean Darling, and we have the same size hands. I may have to flatten it out just a little bit, which I can still do, but yeah, it's pretty narrow, it's pretty deep, is the problem. So I'm going to go flatten it out a bit and work on it, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it, but I've got the bell in the back of the wrist here. I've got back of the hand, and I've got this piece. I'm going to finish assembling everything. I know you can't see crap because of the lighting situation, but I guess I'll take it inside whenever I finish putting it together. Talk to y'all in a bit. Well, here it is. Here is the so you get it into the camera. The mostly finished gauntlet. I still haven't finished the thumb on it, but or haven't even started on it, so there's no finishing it. But this is the Gothic gauntlet, and you know, does a pretty good job of articulating and covering, and just looks pretty cool. But you can see, let's see if you can see it, how the gauntlet is you know, angled this way, and then the bell on the back of the hand, it angles a different way. And so the conundrum lies in getting these lines right here to line up with these lines, and then to, of course, this, you know, back of the wrist plate here to do fluting in it that would line up everything else, and it's just too much trouble for me to figure out right now. So rather than do that, this is the way it is. Maybe someday I'll do all that. I probably need to change out that plate and change out the back of the hand plate too, in order to make that possible. Or redesign them is what I'm talking about. But you know, very good articulation, just like the rest of my gauntlets, and just a phenomenal look, I think. You know, Gothic stuff always reminds me of Batman, and this is definitely Batmanish. But in any case, this gauntlet is less than 2.5 pounds, so that's a good weight, or right at 2.5 pounds anyway. Gonna post this and call it good. Talk to y'all later.